Hello and welcome to Magnetic Learning. In this session, we are going to learn about how to read, pronounce and write fractions. Let's begin with the rules for reading and writing fractions. We use cardinal numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what cardinal numbers are? Yes? To read the figure on the top of the fraction. So what number is written at the top? The numerator. Okay? And ordinal number, what are ordinal numbers then? Ordinal numbers show position like first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, these numbers are used to read the figure on the bottom of the fraction. When we write fraction in words, we use hyphen. Hyphen, what is the symbol for hyphen? It's a small dash. Okay, and this small dash is used between the cardinal number and ordinal number. Let's understand this with some examples. How do we pronounce it? Also, that is also very important. 1 by 3 or 1 upon 3. How do we read it? We read it as 1/3. We read it as 1/3. And how do we write it? When we write first cardinal number only 1, and then we put a hyphen, and then we write ordinal number third, third, 1/3, 1/3. Similarly, 1 upon 4 is read as 1/4 and is written as 1/4 with a hyphen between cardinal and ordinal number. And then 1/8, 1/8 with a hyphen when written, with a hyphen when read, 1/8. We don't read like this 1-8. No, when we are reading, we're just reading it like this 1/8, and when we are writing, we use a hyphen. Okay. As well, A means 1. Okay. What does A mean? 1. Then how are we going to use A? And how are we going to pronounce A? We pronounce 1 upon 3 as a third, 1 upon 4 as a fourth, and 1 upon 8 as an eighth. Like the above example where you were reading as 1/3, now we are using for 1 A. So we are reading is as a article, right? So here grammar is being used and we are using article A. And here before 8 we are using an. So please remember this, that here grammar is being used A and an before 8 because E is a vowel. Okay, 8 is starting with E and letter E is a vowel. So we are going to say an 8. We are not going to say a 8. And we are not going to use hyphen also. Hyphen will be used only when we will be using cardinal number and ordinal number. But when we are representing in this form like a third, a fourth, an eighth, a sixth, a seventh, then we are not going to put hyphen between the two words. Okay, a letter and a word. Moving ahead. In English grammar, ordinal numbers are countable, so you need to add s to the word. Now, the moment the numerator becomes 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, then your ordinal numbers will become plural. How? Let's see this example. We pronounce 2 by 3 or 2 upon 3 as 2/3, 3 upon 4 as 3/4, and 6 upon 8 as 6/8. Now you can see that in all these examples, in all these fractions, we are reading, and when we are writing, we are adding s in the denominator part, right? When we are reading the denominator 3 over here, we are not saying third, we are saying thirds. Here we are not saying fourth, we are saying fourths. And here we are not saying 8, we are saying eighths. Why? Because here the numerator is more than 1. It's 2. 2 parts are shaded. So our denominator will be countable in the form of plural. So we will be saying thirds, fourths, eighths. Okay. We have special words to talk about fractions that have 2 and 4 on bottom. Special words. What special words are they? Let's see that. Okay, halves. When we divide any object into 2 equal parts, each part is known as half of the whole object. This you have already learned in the topic fraction introduction, meaning and the terms that we use in fraction. For this, you can, if you want, you can refer to my previous video. Okay, now here the square is divided into 2 parts, right? 2 equal parts. Each part is known as half. Each part is known as a half of the whole. Okay, the shaded part is known as the half of the whole. And how do we write half? 1 by 2. Okay, we read it like this. 1 by 2. Or we read it as 1 half. 1 half. Okay, we read it as 1 half, and we write it with the hyphen between the 2 words. Or we can say a half. We just read now a half. Examples, you can see the pictures to understand. Here the cookie is divided into 2 equal halves. So each part is a half, we can say. I got a half of the cake. Yes, what share of cookie you got? I got a half of cookie. That means you got half, 1 half of the whole cookie. Alright, shall we move ahead? So what do you see now? 1/3, right? 1/3. Now between the 2 words 1 and third, there's a hyphen used, or a third. Okay, a third, but there's no hyphen used, right? So what does 1/3 mean? You know, 1/3 means one of the 3 equal parts of an object. 3 equal parts. Now the figure shows that the figure is divided into 3 equal parts. 1, 2, 3. So how will you read it? 1/3. 1/3. And how will you write it? You will write it as 1 hyphen third. 1 hyphen third, or a third. Alright. Same the figure next also. Yes, divided into 3 equal parts. And what part is shaded? A third. What part is shaded? A third, or 1/3 is shaded. Now let's see another example for 1/3. Each figure or collection is divided into 3 equal parts, and one part is shaded, right? So the fraction representation is 1/3. Each of the figure over here, or the collection, the third one is the collection of stars, right? Here the first figure is divided into 3 equal parts, so one part is shaded. Here also 3 parts, so one part is shaded. So how will you read? How will you read the fraction for the given figure? You will read it as 1/3, 1/3. And how will you write? ONE1 hyphen THIRD, third. This is how you will write. And how will you read? You will read 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Okay, here also out of the 3 stars, 1 star is shaded. So 1/3, 1 out of 3, 1/3. Fractional representation is 1/3. Okay, are we good till here? Let's see 1/4 then. When we divide any object into 4 equal parts, each part is known as fourth or 1/4 of the whole object. Example, you can see the figure here is divided into 4 equal parts, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And here, to make you understand, 1/4 part is taken out. So 1/4 is read as 1/4. 1/4. Or we can also read it with a special name. We can say 1/4. 1/4. What we can say? 1/4. And because here how many are left? 1, 2, 3. So we will say 3/4 will be read as 3/4 or 3/4. 3/4. 3 more than 1, right? So we will say 3/4, not quarter, quarters. Okay. Okay, now let's see how we are going to read the fractions on the number line. Okay, 1/2 is read as 1/2. You know it, right? 1/3, 1/3 or a third. 1/4, 1/4 or a quarter. 1/5 is read as 1/5 only. 1/5 is read as 1/5 with a hyphen between the two numbers, two words, which is one cardinal and one ordinal. 1/6 is read as 1/6 or a sixth. 1/7 is read as 1/7 or a seventh. We can say 1/8 as 1/8 or a eighth. But 1/9, 1/10, we read it like this only. 1 as a cardinal number is read as 1, 2, 3, 4 as it is with a hyphen, and then we will read it as ordinal number, the bottom number, which is the denominator. So it will become 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th and so on. But next you see over here 2/10. Okay, here the numerator is not 1. Now the numerator has become 2. So the moment the numerator becomes from 1 to 2, your ordinal number, that is the denominator, will start having s. It will become plural. So we will now read it as 2/10, not 2/10, 2/10. Here 4/16, okay, or 4/16. So it will be 4/16, not 4/16, 16ths. 8/45. So how are we going to read? 8/45. Okay, 8/45. Like this we read the fraction. Okay. Okay, now let's do one exercise to understand till now what we have learned. Here the direction is match the fraction to the word forms. Means you have to match the word form to the fractions, okay, in the numerical expression form. So here it is written 1/3. So what is 1/3? Yes, to the right side you will find. Yes, very good. I'm sure many, in fact the number of ones you're watching must have found where 1/3 is. 2/6, 2/2. Now 2/2 here, half represents what? Yes, half is 2. Yes, so 2/2, which is 1 only. 1/5. So that is up there. Okay. Then 3/7. 4/8, and the last one is 3/6. Okay, so like this you can do exercises, some fractional worksheets to understand the reading and writing forms for fraction. Okay. Okay, now let's do one exercise which says thinking out of the box. Okay, now here the question says draw a picture to show the fraction. The first one is numerical expression form. Okay, half. It is written 1/2. So you have to draw a picture in the form of shape, or can be collection of thing. If you want, you can draw that also. The second one is 4/5. So the denominator is fifth. The second and the last one is 2/4. So let's see what figure is drawn for the first one. Okay, here square, two parts, one part is shaded. The second one says 5 parts the figure should be divided into, and 4 parts should be shaded. And the third one says 2 parts should be shaded out of the 4 parts. So this is how, if the question comes like draw a pictorial representation for the fraction, then you can do like this. Okay. And now before we end the session, here are some examples on how you might use fractions in your English conversation. Now, in the topic that you are learning, fraction is not restricted to your subject maths only. Okay, whatever you are learning, you must know that why you are learning, how you are going to apply the topic that, or the concept that you are learning, to another different fields or your day-to-day life. So your subject maths, your topic fraction is connected with your English also. How will you connect it? By making sentences. While making sentences, you can use all these words while framing sentences. Like for example, the first one, can I please have 2/3 of a cake? Now the picture shows that the cake is divided into 3 equal parts. So you are making a sentence that can I have 2/3, that means 2 pieces. Okay, 2 parts of the cake. So what fraction we have used here? 2/3. Second sentence says my school is just a half mile from here. We can walk till there. Okay, so what fraction we have used? A half. My school is just a half mile from here. We can walk till there. So a half is a fraction which is used in this sentence. So then the last sentence where stick is there, so what we have used? Please cut the stick into 2 1/4 inch strips. A quarter. So like this you can use fraction in framing sentences also. So students, if you have found this session to be interesting and helpful, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And for more videos like this, keep yourself updated, and until then, keep learning, keep growing. Thank you.